हाय। इकोनॉमी पढ़ रही। पिन मैसेज देखा नहीं आपने? सुबह जबू जरा। गुड मॉर्निंग। इकोनॉमी पढ़ रही हूँ मैं अभी। आप क्या पढ़ रहे हो? गुड मॉर्निंग। कम टू आई एम ए बॉल। ओके। Why you people are asking my height? Majority of them, majority of them are asking my height. What is the reason? Yeah, for India, economic organization and rising experience leading to rising per capita and lifestyle consumption time report development. India's current modern age of 6.9. Yes, private domestic and private consumption contributes more than 70% of GDP. Policy taxation and business reforms, implementation of GST, RBC, corporate tax reform, infrastructure, national infrastructure development, green leadership, etc. Atmanirbhar Bharat and Dakshin Link campaign to technological digital public infrastructure replace and privatize some global demand for Indian IT software and consulting services for external and global external and global factors. Increasing the flow of global supply chain, replacing with countries like China plus one percent of the population. Energy transition, international solar development, renewable energy, 2030, renewable energy. Any source of growth one day beautifully. Book, book, keep on focusing on the remittance tax provision called the excise tax on remittance. Excise tax on remittance transfer. Remittance is the movement of funds from country of work to home country is known as remittance. In 2020, remittance back home countries total about 656 billion. India got 14.3% of global remittance in 2024, its highest ever. Key highlights of the bill: remittance tax, excise tax will apply only to non-US citizens and US citizens are exempt. Remittance tax, excise tax will apply only to non-US citizens. Affected groups include visa holders, H-1B, F-1, green card holders, etc. The bill reduced outward remittance tax from 5%, which was previously proposed, to 3.5%. Impact of excise Impact of excise tax on remittance transfer. Global economic review. El Salvador, Mexico, India rely on the US remittances may face economic setback. Dent India's inward remittance. The United States is the largest source of remittance to India, accounting for 320% total remittance. A remittance tax could push some funds from Indians to US to create black market bypassing regulation. Student remittance and the liberalized remittance scheme. Draft 5 years low, 2.92 billion, indicating about liberalized remittance scheme. Genesis introduced 2004 by Reserve Bank of India. Benefit all residents including minors are allowed to freely remit up to $2 lakh 50,000 for financial for any permissible current or capital account transaction or combination of both. There are no restrictions on frequency of remittance and LSP is not available to corporates. Okay. So India's reliable remittance scheme. India has a reliable remittance scheme. And India has one big beautiful, which is related to remittance tax. So it is going to apply tax for the remittances. It's called one big beautiful. And India liberalized remittance scheme, which is for students. For students who are not applicable to corporate partnership funds, Hindu unlimited family trust, etc. IBA is available for investment in alternative investment funds. Okay. The NF fund, when parked in India, is a privately pooled investment vehicle which collects funds from sophisticated investors, whether Indian or foreign, for investing in it accordance with defined investment policy for the benefit of its investors. AIFs are regulated by SEBI as per SEBI Alternative Investment Fund Regulation 2012. Categories of alternative. Category 1. Invest in startup, early stage venture sector considered socially or economically beneficial. Venture capital funds, for example, venture capital funds, angel funds, SME funds, infrastructure funds. Category 2. They do not use leverage or debt other than cover day-to-day operational expense. Private equity fund, debt funds, real estate funds. Category 3 may use leverage including through investment in listed or unlisted derivatives, hedge fund, private investment, public goods, equity fund. Regulatory pricing. This Competition Commission of India has notified the Cost Regulation 2025, providing new definition to curb predatory pricing. The sale of goods or providing service at a price below cost with a view that reduce consumption or eliminate competitors. That is to reduce competition. Section 4 of Competition Act 2000 to identify regulatory pricing. Regulatory pricing by a dominant enterprise as an abusive price on customers beneficial to short-term lower prices. They suffer in long-term due to lesser of one companies harms all companies in short term, but one competitors are given out the more life companies raise prices to recover loss. Reserve Bank of India notified Payment Regulatory Board Regulations 2025 under Payment and Settle System Act 2007. Regulations replace the earlier Board of Regulations President 2000. Chairman RBI Governor Payment Regulatory Board Regulation 2025. Ex-officio members. Deputy Government in charge of payment system. Ex-officio member. Deputy Governor in charge of payment systems. One RBI nominated officer. One RBI nominated officer. Three board members nominated by central government. Three board members nominated by central government. Boards may also invite experts on things like payment IT, cybersecurity law, etc. Tenure of members. Government nominated members we will have fixed tenure of 4 years, no remuneration allowed. Meetings at least twice a year, minimum three members and chairperson or deputy governor. Decision majority vote in case a tie chairperson has casting vote. Payment regulatory board regulation. What is its aim? RBI's Digital Lending Direction 2025. Key objective directions include enhancing borrower protection, ensure data transparency, and promoting responsible digital lending practices. Define digital lending. It defines digital lending as a remote automated lending process by use of digital technology to customer acquisition, credit assessment, loan approval, disbursement, recovery, etc. Applies to commercial banks, primary urban, state and cooperative banks, NBFCs, including housing finance companies and all financial institutions. Mandatory reporting of digital lending via the RBI's Decentralized Information Management System (CIM) portal to connect, create, transfer, and public directory to legitimate DLA. Enhance due diligence by the financial entity. Enhance due diligence by the financial entities on lending service providers. Technical capabilities, data privacy, borrower conduct, and regulatory compliance. LSP is an agent of financial entity who carries out digital lending functions on their behalf. Disclosure to borrowers, financial entities, and LSP must disclose key details such as term and conditions, privacy policies, etc., allowing borrowers to make informed choices. Grievance Redressal Office to be appointed by LSP to deal with digital lending related companies and issues. Need for RBI's directions on digital lending. Exorbitant interest rate and hidden charges. Some platform duty information SMS, unethical recovery practice, harassment, coercion by recovery agents, proliferation of unregulated fraudulent acts, mis-selling, data privacy breach. Okay. Opinion trading like opinion. Securities SEBI caution investors against dealing with opinion trading platforms. Platforms allow participants to earn money by investing in their prediction any source of political, weather, or crypto events. Participants can bet on any event based on their predictions. If the predictions are correct, a participant makes money, and in the case the prediction goes wrong, they lose. Legal is not regulated by SEBI because items being traded are not classified as securities under Indian law. Economy. These platforms have registered transaction volume over 50,000 crore a year with the base of more than 5 crore people. Oh my god. India achieves highest ever exports. As per the RBI, India's total export merchandise service have reached $824.9 billion, rising by 6.1% from $778 billion in 2023-74. Despite global slowdown triggered by the trade disruptions due to Red Sea crisis, Ukraine war, drought in Panama Canal, increase in non-tariff measures, rising energy prices, etc. Merchandise exports have marginally increased US dollar billion in 2023. Service exports reached a historic high of US$387.5 billion. Key sectors include telecommunications, computer and information services, transport, travel, and financial services. Policy push. Government boosted export via foreign trade policy. Foreign diversification of export market, rising demand from Southeast Asia, Africa, Latin America, offset global slowdown trading. New bilateral and multilateral deals such as India-UAE Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Markets and lower barriers, particularly for services in electronics, supply chain. World Bank Land Conference. So इंडिया ने अज्यूम किया है कंट्री चैंपियन एट वर्ल्ड बैंक लैंड कॉन्फ्रेंस 2025. During the conference, global attention was drawn to India's flagship land management initiatives. Like Swamitva Scheme, Gram Manchitra platform. As models of inclusive technology try driven rural government, land monetized. Swamitva stood out as scalable model. Swamitva aims at establishment of clear ownership property in rural areas. Okay, by mapping of land parcel using drone technology. So स्वामित्व ड्रोन यूज करके रूरल एरियाज में मैपिंग करेगा फॉर व्हाट टू एस्टैब्लिश क्लियर ownership of property to establish clear ownership of property okay to establish clear ownership of property grand manchitra role promoting climate resilient infrastructure planning gram manchitra emergence of scheme drove appreciation for his activity in global south countries. Grand Manchitra is Geospatial planning platform empowers Gram Panchayats to prepare data-driven localized employment plan. Empowers Gram Panchayats to prepare data-driven localized development plan. Efficient land management system and economic growth. Efficient land management system and economic growth. Job assign growth, streamline access to property, facilitate entrepreneurship, facilitate entrepreneurship, expansion, wealth investment, and alternate private capital. Register property right provides landowners with collateral access, boosting private credit and investment opportunities. Infrastructure funding generates stable government revenue for essential public services and infrastructure land property. Tax generate just 3 to 6% of GDP in low income countries compared to 2.2% industrialized nation. Urban management helps cities plan repairability index. Repair components of repairability index. Assembly depth, repair information, spare parts availability, fasteners, software updates, tools. Chairmanship committee formed under chairmanship of Bharat Khera to develop framework repairability index. RI in mobile and electronic sector has submitted its report to Department of Consumer Affairs about RI recommended by committee. RI framework repairability index recommended by Bharat Khera. Repairability recommended by Bharat Khera. Okay. Original equipment manufacturers are required to self-declare RI based on standard scoring criteria provided in framework. RI should be displayed at point of sale, purchase, e-commerce platforms, and e-commerce QR code on packaged products. Committee identified smartphones and tablets as priority categories for the initial phase of RI. RI is assessed on 6 core parameters: tool software update, fasteners, spare part availability, spare part availability, फॉरेस्ट लगाना भूल गई फॉरेस्ट ये दिख जाएगा क्या आपको फॉरेस्ट scoring criteria and weights were developed at each parameter. RI on 5-point memory scale is calculated after aggregating weightage for priority parts. Significance of RI. Improved repair accessibility. There has been significant rise on comprising mobile and tablet product categories from 19 promoting sustainable economy. RI emphasizes on life lifestyle of the environment movement through promotes sustainable consumption, addresses issue of land adolescence that is devices are designed to specifically last limited amount of time to be replaced. Alright. Devices are designed specifically to last a limited amount of time and to be replaced. Employment generation by allowing third party employment generation by allowing third party repairs. About right to repair. Right to repair. It calls for companies to make spare parts, tools and information on how to repair devices available to consumers and repair shops to increase lifespan products. Great. Right to repair. DOCA launched the Right to Repair portal in 2022. Repair Association. World Audiovisual and Entertainment Summit 2025. Mumbai Prime Minister highlighted India's creative economy as powerful drive future growth, innovation and future World Audiovisual aims to unlock aims to unlock $50 billion market by 2029. Aims to unlock $50 billion market by 2029, positioning India as major player in global entertainment economy. Positioning India as a major player in global entertainment economy. During the summit, government announced the launch of Indian Institute of Creative Technology (IICT) for the creative sector. It is being established by Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Established by Ministry of Information and Broadcasting in strategic partnership with FICCI and CII in region as National Center of Excellence. What is creative economy? Creative economy or orange economy? Okay, creative economy. Okay, orange economy is an evolving concept based on contribution and potential of creative assets, content and economic growth. Includes media, entertainment, advertising, marketing, animation, visual effects, gaming, comics, extended reality, etc. United Nations declared 2021 as the International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development, emphasizing its global importance. India's creative economy 30 billion of GDP, employing 8% of the workforce. 30 billion to GDP, employing 8% of the workforce. The initiatives taken by India to promote creative economy. Creative Economy Fund announced 1 billion Creative Economy Fund. All India Initiative on Creative Economy launched by Indian Chamber of Commerce with an aim to tap into the vast potential of India's creative industry. National Creators Awards recognize the work of digital content creators, promoting innovation and online activity. Okay, so it was about orange economy. Creative economy is related to orange economy and assesses participation of digital classes, animation and visual in creative field. Indian Institute of Creative Technology IICT launched by Minister of Information Broadcasting collaboration with FICCI and CCI. It will serve as a national center of excellence dedicated exclusively to animation, visual effects, gaming, comics, extended reality sector. Extended reality technologies blend physical and digital worlds. For example, virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. It will follow same template as IIT and IIM in India to transform itself into massive world-class education and training hub for students who aspire to professionals in AVGC XR sector. Globally, AVGC XR market was valued at over $366 billion in 2020. India currently accounts for less than 1% of the global market. Indian ABGC XR market could reach $26 billion by 2020. Karnataka recognized as India's IT hub as a craving out leadership position in the sector. Emerging key growth drivers of AVGXR sector in India. The 547 million representing penetration rate 3.8 for smartphone use. Set to 900 million internet users by 2025 with a majority from rural areas. Majority from the rural area according to IAMAI Kantar. IAMAI. Hi everyone, good morning. Not good evening, good morning, Jenny Lane. Hello, Cozy Life. Good morning. Good morning, Viklesh. Good morning, everyone. Hello, I'm preparing for UPSC. Abhishek Yadav. Wider spectrum of applications. Animation and VFX sector can be used in gaming, edtech, architecture, etc. Advanced new technologies. For example, investment in AR and VR is increasing year on year. Other reasons increase R&D investment, growing 5G presence, etc. Growing 5G presence, etc. Growing 5G presence, etc. Exponential growth potential. Animation industry growth rate 25%, value 46 billion. Indigenous IP from domestic consumption, global outreach, nurturing India's digital education, film, enhancing India's software, cutting experimentation reach. So what we have seen, India's Institute of Creative Technology, Creative Economy, Orange Economy Reliability Index, right to repair, right to repair, World Bank Land Conference, Swamitwa Scheme, Gram Manchitra Platform, India achieves highest ever export opinion trading platform, RBI Digital Lending, Direction Payment Regular Support, Switch Pricing, Ultimate Investment Fund, US how applicable onward remittance tax, India what Japan becomes third largest economy, DMF, National Road Safety Board, V Vizhinjam International Seaport, Vizhinjam International Seaport at Kerala, India's first deep sea water port and water container transshipment port. First government of Kerala, not by central government but by government of Kerala. Northeast as a runners of growth. Okay, आर्ट एंड कल्चर का रिवाइज करते हैं तुम आर्ट एंड कल्चर अरे Sushruta and Charaka, Vice President and Nobel statue of Sushruta Charaka in Goa, highlighted the importance of drawing inspiration and motivation in their lives and content believed to have flourished around 600 BC. Ancient city of Kashi, disciple of Devdasa, Gurukul of Dhanvantri, disciple of Devdasa, disciple of Devdasa. Sushruta Samhita can be divided into two parts, original tantras, Uruvardha having five sections of Uttarantara added after. One of the great trilogy of Ayurvedic medicine, others being Charak Samhita by Maharshi Charak. Ashtami Hridaya. Bhagat. This type of study of another meetings, it's utilizing the dead body as an further artistic stage. However, no applicants व्यक्त करते हुए लोग जैसे established version of American medicine Charaka. Charaka was 2nd century. Sushruta was 600 before Christ's era. Northeast India, Kashi, and ruled with Kushana kingdom. Kushana kingdom, father of Indian medicine. Kushana kingdom. Kushan kingdom. Charak Samhita. Charak Samhita. Agni Tantra composed by Agni divides into 8 portions known as Ashtanga Sthana. Tridosha theory. Tridosha theory, Ayurvedic medicine. Modern medicine influence many new Ayurvedic medication have been introduced as appropriate like Ashwagandha, Tulsi, Tulsi, Yoga. आचार्य जो है consistently varies health soul discovery करनी माता टेम्पल प्राइम मिनिस्टर करनी माता टेम्पल राजस्थान करनी माता टेम्पल राजस्थान located in Bikaner district Rajasthan dedicated to Karni Mata believed in incarnation goddess of the Veer this temple is a commemorative picture of connects in our Mughal Shakta Sampradaya. That's really moving. Despite variants of great memory, there is no engineer say that Gallantry Awards President confirmed Kirti Chakra, Surya Chakra, First Medal of Armed Forces with wartime awards, Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, and Veer Chakra, which were established in 19. Recent awards established in 1950 Ashok Chakra, Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3, continuing Ashok Chakra, Surya Chakra, respectively, renamed as Ashok Chakra, Kirti Chakra, and Shaurya Chakra. Each time award. Announcement made twice a year on Republic Day and Independence Day. Order of President Paramveer Chakra, Ashok Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Kirti Chakra, Veer Chakra, Shaurya Chakra. To be award posthumously to announcement made twice a year. Gallantry. Independence Day. Paramveer Chakra. Ashok Chakra. Mahavir Chakra. Kirti Chakra. Veer Chakra. Shaurya Chakra. Gallantry of Presidency. Gallantry of Paramveer Chakra. Ashok Chakra. Mahavir MSCBF. पहले महावीर परमवीर चक्र महावीर चक्र वीर चक्र अशोका के शोल्डर्स परमवीर हाईएस्ट वॉर टाइम and Ashoka के shoulders peace time अशोका के soldiers अशोका के soldiers तो पहले अशोका के अशोका महा पहले वॉर टाइम पे ये मेकर महावीर अशोक आजाद गए थे शौर्य। Karan soldier is the Mahahero, then becomes Karan Kaya Mahahero. Okay. Karan. Major Dhyanchand became badminton player on the Island World Federation and Asian Young Gold Medal at Hangzhou. Minister of Youth Affairs Sports Rajiv Gandhi Khel Ratna is renamed considered India's highest sporting honor, recognized most outstanding performance by sports was over preceding 4 years, ability to only performance in recognized international events are considered. Pulitzer Prize, New York Times won 4 Pulitzer Prizes and New York finalist in 1970. World Meteorological Day 150th anniversary meter about meter conversion sign includes animation and electronic regulation commonly known as meter conversion to assure the international unification and improvement of the metric system. India is member 376 years. India is a member. Okay. Group Forest International Conference on 17, 17, 3, 17. INS Kondinya Tangkayan INS Kondinya Tangkayan Kondinya Tangkayan Pembakaran Kotoran INS Kotoran World Chess Championship Practice Championship Indian Navy formally introduced, inducted in and formally inducted and named ancient feature ship ancient INS Kondinya built using Tankai 6th century depicted in the paintings of Ajanta caves. So, ships depicted on the painting of Ajanta. The typewriter as the Minister of Culture Indian Navy MS Udayan Tankai 2000-year-old technique shipbuilding known as Stitch up shipbuilding method and time method. Stitch up shipbuilding method and time method. Stitch up shipbuilding method involves stitching wooden planks together rather than using nails. Stitching wooden planks together rather than using nails, offering flexibility and durability. India's glorious maritime heritage. Trade and commerce. Discovery of Harappan seals in Mesopotamia, along with dry dock and terracotta figures shaped both rivers' maritime trade link between Indus Valley civilization and Mesopotamia. Rigveda mentions merchants sailing ships across oceans to foreign countries in quest of trade and wealth. Chola Cheras Pandya had well-established maritime trade links with Roman Empire. Chola Chera Pandya trade links with Roman Vijayanagara and Bahmani kingdom. Imported horses using Fort of Goa era Mera. Jayagran imported horses Manera. Ashokar Shankar Mahindra Dr. Sanghamitra Singh Tamrakriti in West Bengal to Ceylon to spearhead the maritime festival and traditional countries Southeast Asia. Led to spread of led to spread of Indian religions, architecture and languages. For example, Borobudur Temple in Java, Angkor Wat Temple in Cambodia. Magadha Navy is considered the world's first recorded naval force. Chanakya Shastra Arthashastra Department of Naval Rajendra Chola I. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj built coastal forts like Vijayadurg and Sindhudurg and increased Cholas and Cheras master monsoon sea voyage. Meghavarman ruler Sri Lanka from missionary sent Bhakta permission to build Buddhist temple at Shailendra dynasty sent embassies to Palakkad and sought permission to build monastery at Nalanda. Government initiative to claim maritime National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal National Maritime to showcase historic maritime project means traditional agriculture and Indian Ocean nations maritime international perspective plans and Sagarmala Code to revive and restore India's position as a nation global maritime. Other famous paintings of Ajanta, paintings of various bodhisattvas. Kumbakonir Mithrilei Tholei Manikamai Tholei Tamil Nadu represented by the English Kumbakonam better lethal family. It is grown in Tanzania's fertile Kaveri River. Kumbakonam Mithrilei Kaveri Beach. It is known for its high antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. Scientists further tested geographical geographical indication of its use in 1999. Coordinate history has been established in Chennai against the rights under the Paris Convention of Protection in the State Property. Paris Convention is still so they are covered under three related aspects of intellectual property rights with the Department for Promotion and Industry International Administration awards. The registration of GI tax at 10 years can be removed. The Pradesh holds highest number of GI World Test Championships South Africa recently won World Test Championships in Australia. Genesis 2019 team will be taking top 9 test teams of the world. Each team plays 3 home and 3 away series. Each match in by the short series contribution. So nice, very much. Data Rural India main engine of India's consumer market. Quick commerce in India. aviation safety, for FDI sector-wise service 19% compared 16% rating it. Singapore services 19%, Mauritius 17%. Balancing of sustainable development. Key emission reduction urban DPI the private sector engine and small finance. Rural Indian investment is consumer market. India's consumer quick commerce India. Quick commerce India. Aviation safety. Context of robust sports scene in rural consumer market technology means of foreign urge fintech companies to widen perspective on social responsibility movement. Monthly per capita consumption in rural India is 9.2% in 2020. Monthly per capita higher urban area rate household consumption is 2020. Significantly has become domestic consumption driven economy with about two-thirds of Indian GDP coming from household and government consumption, declining rural urban consumption inequality. Rural gap. Liberalization of consumption patterns, rural and semi-urban expected semi-urban incomes, non-food items dominating communication, education, and utilizing disposable income from farming diversity. General what are the concerns with the current law? Consider the inequality, law inequality distributed, violence of social conditions, rise of overemployment, infrastructure gaps, inadequate last mile connectivity, logistic bottlenecks, inadequate cold chain and storage, digital divides, rural and digital cybersecurity, climate vulnerabilities, and reduce rural and tribal inequality. Six according to reports posed by consulting firm Kearney. Increase communication, internet, smartphone. Speedy device manufacturing and intelligence, attention, multiple speed accuracy, real-time file processing. Environmental sustainability, health and education, striking right ways. Aircraft accident investigation bureau AI with electronic record investigation and another. The verdict, the detailed evidence all made by the file. Technical frequency, designed humans black boxes were their representation bureau black box two critical flight recording device flight data recorder parameters like speed, altitude, engine function, cockpit voice recorder. It is a bridge made of a strong substance, steel or titanium. Ranked India third largest aviation market globally. Also passenger airlines. 10% of planets are women. Global average is 5%. Growth 10 to 12% annually. Climate could switch to 100% green energy, which is Directorate General Civil Aviation regulatory body in the field of civil aviation, primarily safety issues and regulation of air transport services from within India. Civil air aviation, air safety, airworthiness standard also coordinates regulatory functions, International Civil Aviation Authority. The Airports Economic Regulatory Authority of India, established 2009 under the Airports Economic Regulatory Authority Act 2000 to regulate tariffs, aeronautical services to airports, that of major airports and monitor the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. It demonstrates and understanding of international civil aviation. Chicago Convention, United Nations Service 193. Transport tourism domain series of 30 crore aviation capital, raising concern of security infrastructure and excellent demonstration capabilities, balanced allocation aviation bodies. Kansas India's 53.8% expected reduced allocation, central budgetary allocation, asset monetization. The state strategic presence framework. A strategic presence structure framework to mobilize capital through mechanisms such as toll operate transfers, next realization models. What is meant by asset monetization? Also creating new alternative source of revenue. అన్నిట్లో భాష ఇది. The economic value of unindustrialized public asset is known as asset or capital asset. It does not necessarily mean disinvestment of the asset. Process of creating new alternative. Unlocking economic value of underutilized public asset. The cycle. Disinvestment of the asset. Budgeting investment gap. Massive investment limited fiscal space maintenance and helps in mobilizing non-tax revenue. Public sector inefficiency helps in enhancing the managerial operation efficiency, anticipating our unlocking value from brownfield assets. It focuses on brownfield de-risk assets with stable revenue streams and enhancing global competitiveness, high quality international threats for investment in companies business models of toll operate transfer, design build, finance software design build, finance software. Maintenance obligation. Yes, Go by this investment, reunites her body and lifetime. She trained on that she could not trust herself, instead looking for the that meant leaving the prison and friendship, experiencing uncomfortable feelings. Witnessing this pattern in adulthood helped her better understand that this was the learned behavior from childhood, driven adult emotional emotional trauma or misunderstood concept. Trauma or misunderstood concepts. That is a deeply catastrophic illness. Like severe abuse or neglect, such events are like patterns re-entering a person's world before and after, as listing sexual abuse. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention provides a scale called the Adverse Childhood Experience Test. Adverse Childhood Experience. Which mental health professionals used to assess the level of trauma in their clients' lives. The ACS questionnaire includes 10 questions that cover various types of childhood trauma, including physical, verbal. Ten questions. Higher the score, the greater the chances of mental health and have higher stakes of substance abuse. Developing chronic illness. Assessment is important because it clearly maps out how trauma sustained in childhood leave lasting imprints on our bodies and minds. The ACS shows that what happens in childhood, especially when it was high lived experience, stays with us for a lifetime. When I took the ACS, I scored one worldwide. Nearly 70% of people score at least one less 20 score one. These reflect the same message I received during my training that word trauma applied only to someone like Christine who experienced extreme abuse. I would never have thought of my own childhood as traumatic in any way. I came from what I viewed as a normal family. My dad worked hard, come home every night at the same time. We never went without food. My parents weren't drinkers, they were still married. There was no extreme verbal abuse, no physical abuse. Yet I had almost no memories from childhood. The milestone that typically make up a person's existence was based from holidays. All of those were blank from I just struggled with facial recognition. I could barely register a familiar resemblance. Babies to me weren't not fitting image of their parents born to me. They were babies. When I watched dog dramas, I could never tell the difference between the person being interviewed and the actor in the scene. I didn't realize any of that was unusual until I shared the blankness with others. Who would get annoyed when I couldn't remember a share memory or make fun of me when I had hard time recognizing someone from my past whom I should have had no problem identifying? Some people couldn't believe it. You must be lying. How you could you forgot? It became a joke with my friends. Nicola has the worst memory. I should add that I did remember emotions. I still had feelings, memories, or impressions of the past. I just didn't connect those feelings with concrete experience. I can feel what it was like to lie in a bed and sleep and cycle through the list of ways that my world could shatter. My parents could die, someone could break into the house, we could all die in fire. Stop went every with another family member. It happened one of us and to all of us we were in a cycle of outrage and anxiety. Unlike the rest of my family, through though we struggled to cope living in such a highly fearful state, I never appeared overwhelmed. They called me the aloof one, the laid-back, chill child who was easy and go with the flow. It appeared like nothing ever bothered me. That aloofness was a coping strategy. My mind's protection from stress. I would detach this my speech. This my unless so far away from the speech. But the last was a very few memories from my child. I looked early and recollections from my twenties just because my mind wasn't present. So what was unfolding around me didn't mean that my body did. Dr. Basil Vander called for trauma expert and the author of the groundbreaking book Body Keeps the Score describes dissociation as a process of simultaneously knowing and not knowing, and says that traumatized people who disengage simultaneously remembers to little and too much. Trauma lodges itself in the body and diffuses. It was only later in my life, after years of offering therapy to people such as Christine, that I started to find more with people who experience over time. Many profile building individual spaces that lead to lifelong patterns of disengaging, disengaging, detaching, and making few memories. This discovery posed the question: if Nothing traumatic as I once understood had ever happened to me. Why couldn't I remember most of my childhood? Why did I have such a hard time connecting with the taking care of myself emotionally? Why did I consistently betray myself? How could Christine and I express the same trauma responses when our childhood experiences were so different? Little did I know then what I suffered was no form of spiritual trauma and was living the consequence of trauma in my everyday life, just as Christina. Widening the definition of trauma. Hello, good morning. Good morning, everyone. So we will end our session here. See you in the evening. इवनिंग में मिलते हैं फिर अराउंड 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Bye bye.